Guys, what's up? Welcome back from the MLG offices in New York City. You're watching StarWars Season 3. Right to our last quarterfinal. It's Hero versus Jim. Let's get into it. Belshire Vestiges Game 1.
Here we go.
Nice PvP on our hands here.
In the upper left-hand location, the blue Protoss. It is not Spirit Jazz, or perhaps it is, but he's also known as Jim from China, representing Invictus Gaming. His opponent in the bottom right-hand location, the red Protoss, representing Team Liquid, hailing from South Korea. It is Hero.
Hero versus Jim. A little bit about these two players. Hero, everyone knows this guy. He was one of the first Korean players to join a non-Korean team, joining Team Liquid like a year and a half ago, or even 2 years ago, honestly, I want to say. He's been there for a while. He's had a lot of great results, a lot of great victories, a lot of second places, but he's been around, of course. Jim is a mildly newer to the scene. Really good player, and he lives in China. And he's been playing in some WCS America. He was #1 Grandmaster on Korea for a bit. He's always up there. Plays full-time for Invictus Gaming in China. So this should be a very nice PvP. A very nice PvP. These are two of the best Protosses out there right now.
Absolutely. We saw Jim not yesterday, 2 days ago. He was playing in the NSL playoffs, semifinals and finals.
Right.
Hero, of course, you've probably seen plenty of him if you watch WCS. Or in fact, almost every international tournament Hero attends, and he almost always does very excellently. I think on paper, Hero would be the favorite, but Jim's control is legendary. And in PvP, that can make all the difference.
Yeah.
In fact, I was just watching a PvP from WCS Korea from last night, and it was Trap against SOS. And I have never seen like level of micro in one of the games. I think it was game 1 or 2. I'm not gonna tell you what happened. I'm not gonna tell you one, but the level of micro that Trap displayed was at such an insane level that he won a situation. He won in such a dominant fashion in a situation that you wouldn't even think he could win from. Actually, I just told you he won. Oops.
That's okay. That's fine.
But and that's the type of thing Jim can pull off as well. Is kind of my point. Is that even against a player like Hero, with Jim's level of control, he can actually do absolutely mind-blowing things.
All right, let's see what happens.
Now, a lot of chrono boosts safe from Jim.
Like, do you think they're mostly going to go for stay heavy, one base type play? I feel like that's been a trend of PvP recently, just
it has.
Expansions being a little bit too risky. I know you're a big fan of the expansion
Yeah,
stuff.
we still see probably 1 in 3 games, 1 in 2 games.
Yeah.
One of the players goes for a 1 gig expansion. Jim's build could easily be a heavy gateway pressure. He's chrono boosting Warp Gate. He's still only in a single gateway, so we may see a lot of additional gateways being followed up here by Jim. Yeah, here goes the first one. He's going to add more as well. He might even go all the way up to 4 gateways. I would not be surprised. Oh, no, he has 3 on each. He's not going 4 gateways. He'd only have 2 on each gas if he's doing that. Meanwhile, Hero just cranking Stalkers. He's going 3 gates as well, so they're both doing 3 gate pressure. Jim's going to have a faster Warp Gate by slightly, I think. It looks like. Just
now, this is all about the skirmishes in the middle. If you can take a unit off guard in the middle of the map, it can be really good for you. So right now, all these guys are like dodging each other. I think there's a probe on the left-hand side from Hero, or that might be a Stalker over there on the left-hand side. Yeah, okay, that is a Stalker. He's kind of caught off guard. Every single unit is so important here. The pylon's getting up here.
Oh, but SK is Jim's units who are surrounded here. Jim's going to lose the Stalker right off the bat. The Zealot is outnumbered as well. Another Stalker being focused
It's good
down.
for Hero. And there's a Time Warp happening used here from Jim. One Stalker might be going down here. Stalker's chasing another Stalker. And he's like ignoring the Mothership Quarry because he can always turn around and, try to kill that.
Yes, the Stalkers are actually more important, especially if it's already used a Time Warp.
Run, Stalker.
Yeah, and Mothership Quarry is actually going to head. It might even head just towards Heroes. Okay,
there's a probe in the natural expansion of Jim.
Yes.
So he
already building a proxy pylon here. Hero now is heading home because Jim actually is counterattacking. Mothership Core taking a lot of damage. Jim has 3 Stalkers, but there's...
They might be trapped.
Yeah, there's so many. Hero has got like 6 Stalkers. Hero with a dominating advantage here.
You're going to target on the weakened Stalker. Nice micro there from Jim.
Yeah, Jim might be to find a way to...
There's also Zealots going into the main base of Jim here.
He's going to try to get away. He's going to lose... He's going to get away with all the Stalkers here. I think it was a probe actually that went up there. The same probe that built this pylon.
Fair enough.
So things are going to kind of stabilize. If you look at it so far, units lost, You know, Hero coming out slightly on top with the extra pylon kill, extra mothership core kill. Now this pylon will make things very even. So overall, so far it's a very even game. Economically speaking, Hero's ahead by a single probe, not too big of a difference there. The big difference is Hero is following us up at the Robotics facility, Jim is following us up at Twilight Council. And Blink is so good if you both already have this many Stalkers. But that being said, Blink is still, you know, a good minimum of 2 minutes away, depending on how he uses Chrono Boost. And in these Stalker vs. Stalker skirmishes, Micro is king, and whoever's a little more top there, Micro will come on top. Okay, he is going to focus Chrono Boost on the Twilight Council because Blink is such a huge thing if he can get that into play.
All right.
Hero going for the expansion. And he should be getting probably an Observer first, I would imagine.
Immortal first.
No, he's already. I think he's already kind of assuming that there's going to be a Blink play and just going straight for Immortals. He knows there's no Dark Templar, and he suspects he has a faster expansion, or at least he knows his opponent doesn't have a significantly faster expansion, so he wants to play defensively. Uh-oh. Hero might get Jim's Militia Core again, but it could be a trap. A Time Warp? No Time Warp, but Jim could cut off the Stalkers from
Stalkers
Hero.
have Blink. They have Blink.
Not yet.
Or well, they're gonna have Blink.
They're gonna have Blink, but
Blink is on the way. Yeah.
But he has greater numbers, and Hero's caught out and open.
He doesn't even know about this force.
Hero has no idea about this force. Now he does.
God.
We could have almost a base race. Two Stalkers actually being caught off guard there. Hero picking up some nice kills. This Nexus is gonna have to be canceled.
Yep.
But that being said, it's not like Jim has a Nexus, so. Oh, gonna get a force field off in time. Just barely gets it off in time. Now, it's Jim who has to worry about the potential counterattack. Jim knows this is happening, though. He's seen these Stalkers.
Yep.
What does he have to defend against it? He has nothing.
Not much.
He's actually trying to go for a base trade, but the force fields by Hero are too good.
The Stalkers need to Blink up. Do they have
He
vision yet?
can't. No. As long as he hit the force field, there's no way he can get vision. As long as Hero continually hits these force fields, can he...
Oh, he hallucinates.
Hallucinated. Great move here. We are in a full-on base trade. Hero going straight for the pylons to unpower the warp gates. A great move here. Jim aggressively blinks in, but great force fields by Hero.
Two Immortals.
The Immortals are staying alive here.
And he's got a third one
And
on
a
the way.
photon overcharge, too.
Wow. Okay, the Stalkers, meanwhile, in Jim's base from Hero. Again, targeting down those pylons, trying to disallow any continued warp-ins. And now Jim has to make a decision. Does he back up, or does he continue going forward in his opponent's main base?
I think Jim had a dominant advantage here when he canceled Nexus. He could have gotten back and killed all these Stalkers. But now he's stuck trying to commit to an all-in that is this not going to happen.
No,
there's
so
3
many
Immortals now.
Yeah.
There's a second photon overcharge available once this one goes away.
Wow, and the supply tells the story, really. 73 to 37. Hero going to be super happy with how that went, playing this very nicely. He was in a situation where his Stalkers were caught off guard in the middle, and he had no idea about his opponent's army at his natural expansion, but made those decisions perfectly to correctly deal with that.
Yes.
And end up taking the win.
You know, Jim's a very aggressive player. He wants to get in his opponent's face. He wants to get into the micro battles because his micro is stellar.
Yep.
You see that in the early game. Hero was the one who actually caught Jim off guard with Stalkers, right? Jim would have like 1 Stalker in his Zealot, Mothership Core exposed. Hero would have superior numbers. In almost every early game skirmish, Hero had the numerical superiority. But remember, at the end of that, they had both lost even amount of forces. And that's insanely difficult to accomplish. Jim can do this. His micro is ungodly, right? He has some like devil powers imbued in him or something. But that aggressiveness wins him so many games. But in some cases like this, you know, trying to get in your opponent's face, and he was so Stalker just ran and just killed him. And Hero had a great defense there.
Yeah. It's tricky because, like, as Hero, you know you have 7 Stalkers in the middle of the map, and you kind of wish they were back to help defend.
Yeah.
So we had to make that decision. Okay, let's just give up this Nexus. Let's get a nice high ground advantage. Let's get those sentries out so I can force field, Chrono Boost out that Immortals, and he was able to receive that attack from Jim. So really cool game there. Hero able to take the 1-0 advantage in this best of 3 of this quarterfinal of StarWars Season 3. Guys, Game 2 coming up. Don't go anywhere.